Hey, oh, look at my thing. It's off-centered. Let me fix this. Hold on one second. I don't know what happened to it, but I need to change that because, wow. Okay. Well, that's done. So, welcome to day 2 of the Better Math Scores Challenge. I'm all discombobulated today. Turn that off. And I'm excited about today because today is day 2. We're talking about grade level themes. One of my favorite outside of math strategies. I can't wait until day 4. So thank you for tuning in. Seems like I got something on my shirt. I don't know what that is. Thank you for tuning in tonight for tonight's live challenge. I know it has been a struggle because it has been a struggle for me. So those of you all who are showing up and watching the replay, thank you so much for participating. Today, I was thinking about all the things that I'm teaching you all this week, and I'm actually using them this week in my classroom myself because I have a group of 8th grade students that, oh my God, they are on academic life support. So I'm trying to breathe that life into them and to be my own cheerleader. Yes, my own cheerleader. So thank you all for showing up. And when I come over here, I feel much better because I get to teach and help and support other people in ways that you may not be getting at your school. So today I'm going to go through all the things Better Math Scores Challenge, and I'm going to go more into depth about major and minor things in your curriculum. So before I do that, I want to talk about our prizes. So when you participate, leave comments, because on the post, you leave a comment talking about the daily task, which I'm going to talk about after this. You enter yourself when you start interacting and commenting. You enter yourself to win one of these prizes. The person with the most comments and interactions will win one free 1-year subscription to my Math Intervention Academy. Last year at my Math Intervention Summit, I actually gave away one of my subscriptions. There's a lady that's in there right now, and she won a year's subscription to the Math Intervention Academy. The next one is a course that I created called Fraction Strategies for Struggling Learners. So if you are a 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade teacher and your students are struggling with fractions, that is the course for you. You have lifetime access to it if you win it. It's a great course. I have done it live. I recorded it. So it's something that you can purchase on demand when you need it. And the last one is 3 digital products of your choice from my store. All of these prizes can be found in the challenge workbook, which is, here. A challenge workbook. Let me click on it. If you have not seen the challenge workbook, check your emails, and it has all the prompts all of the things that you need to participate. So definitely check your emails for that workbook. You should find it at the bottom. It says PS. Don't forget to download your workbook. Also, there's a recap page. The recap page is for people, because my feed on my Facebook page, on Twitter, on all of these other social media platforms, it's a constant moving stream, and you know that. So what I have is a recap page where if you're on YouTube, I post the videos as well, and I drop them into the recap page. The recap page link can be found in the email. So what's on the recap page is actually a link to the email with the daily task, and it's also an email with today's training, like the training I'm doing right now. So I put that in there so you don't have to go scrambling. Tomorrow's email will have a link to it as well, and I put a link to the recap page in the live stream above, in the description of this live stream. So that is your recap page. So don't forget, if you're looking for the email or the actual training, you can find it there. So that should be easy peasy peasy. So I want to remind you all that the challenge trainings will be up until Sunday, well, really Monday morning. And then I take everything down and package them up, and I put them, my people who are in the Math Intervention Academy will have access to them because they're part of the Math Intervention Academy, and this is part of Math Intervention. So they'll be able to access these challenge trainings as a part of their subscription to the Math Intervention Academy. So, guess that's all of the housekeeping things. So let's go ahead and dive right on into today's task. So today's task, you were supposed to find the grade level themes in your, let me make sure that I have it. I'm going to go into the group. So I'm going to read off what today's task was. So yesterday you learned about curriculum. So today you were supposed to find minor themes, which are concepts that may be new concepts to your grade level, and major themes, which are themes that are prerequisite skills that are carried over into your grade level. Now, you're probably saying, well, why does this matter? It matters because when you are teaching, and I know probably a lot of young teachers or new teachers to math, our curriculum, the way that it's laid out, it's in patterns. There are themes that are taught to mastery at grade levels, and there are themes that are, which are skills and concepts that are taught over the span of a couple of grade levels. For example, major themes are like fractions, decimals, place value, number sense. Those are major themes. Also, upper elementary has major themes. Major themes like being able to apply fraction, all four operations to fractions and decimals and whole numbers, which makes up that number and operation. So those are major themes. So when they're talking about can students master something? You have to look at those major themes. Major themes are things that you are supposed to be working on in your math intervention. They are not for, the minor things are things that support, but those major things are the things that kids are generally tested on in standardized tests. So that's why it really, really matters, because those major themes, for example, third grade, you're going to have fractions. That's a part of one of those major themes. So anytime you see things that are repeated over and over again, skills and concepts, those are major themes because they're going to be tested. Minor themes are things like, oh, this is new. Yeah, it's new. Hi, Orange. It's new, but you don't really, yeah, it's going to be covered next year. And you may be tested on it, but there won't be as many items of that test, if that makes sense. So, for example, I'm in the state of Texas, and a lot of my audience is from the state of Texas. 60% of the fifth grade math test is over fractions, it's over algebraic reasoning, all of those things. Why? Because students are transitioning from elementary, that number and operation. The curriculum is assuming that they already know it and are ready for the next step. So they are being tested on the readiness for the next grade level. That's what STAR is all about. And if you're not focusing on those readiness standards, which fall under those major themes, because those major themes are concepts and skills that they have been learning and honing their skills in third through fifth, your kids will not do well on standardized tests. And I can tell you this from experience. This is how hey, Jonette. This is how I got my student scores up. Those minor themes, am I telling you to ignore it? By no means am I telling you to ignore it. But what I am telling you is your minor themes are things that will just scratch the surface. If your students are struggling in place value is a major theme. That is something that you need to be working on in intervention and closing gaps. Now, let's talk about strategies with major themes. So a lot of teachers in Facebook groups, I see, we have to teach this concept. And it's always partial products, always multiplication, always division, standard algorithm, all these things that the kids are struggling with. And you know what teachers say? Well, try the box method, try partial products, try this, everything that is tapping on that student's deficit area. And I chimed in the thread and I asked the lady, I said, I understand, that your children are struggling, but are they struggling with place value? Because if the students are struggling in place value, they will not, and I'm going to repeat this, they cannot do partial quotients, they cannot do partial products, they cannot do anything that's based in place value. And all of them are. They all are. So that's the issue that I have with teachers not really understanding that these themes and concepts. So that's why it's important for you, if you're watching this on the replay, go back through your curriculum and identify those major themes. Is it place value? Is it number line? Is it understanding base 10? Is it regrouping with zeros. All of those things that cover or go across other grade levels, those are major themes. Definitely look at them and make sure that it either you need to pay attention, is it being taught to mastery at your grade level, or is it something that they may have gotten the year before? Because I know in 5th grade, they introduce a lot of skills and have to master them. That's what makes 5th grade so difficult. If you're teaching 5th grade, especially in the state of Texas, you introduce dividing fractions and they have to master dividing fractions. It's no longer, because that was a 6th, 7th grade skill. And it's no longer, introduce and then get it the next year. So pay attention to that theme, because that's one of the shifts when Common Core came. They took away the mastery over multiple grade levels. Some still are like that, but it's more at the early elementary, not so much upper elementary, and definitely not in middle school. We see some themes that are over time, like linear functions is a theme that runs 6th through 8th, because it's in there. It has to do with algebra readiness, and that's a theme that you'll see. And if you're a 6th grade teacher, you need to be working on that, because I guarantee you it's going to be in there. Now in 8th grade, I'm teaching 8th grade as well. Major themes in 8th grade are your geometry concepts, but here's the problem with geometry. They are dual coding the geometry with the linear equations. So go figure. Those are some things that you need to start looking for. So I'm going to wrap this up because I don't want to ramble on. But if you have any questions about skills and concepts that are major and minor themes, definitely ask your question in the post day 2 or in the live stream thread, and I'll definitely answer those questions, because this is the door. It is actually the gate that opens your understanding to math strategies, and it helps you to choose the math strategies that are going to give you the most bang for your buck. So tomorrow is learning progressions, and this has to do with mastery. And I love learning progressions, because guess what? It talks about mastery. What do the children need to know? What does it look like? So if you're on my email list and you're watching this, look out for your challenge email day 3 and your daily task. And I'll see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for day 3 of the Better Math Scores Challenge. See ya.